Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Master Heart family. My, oh my, I sure look forward to our Mondays together. It just takes our week to a whole new level, and more fun and more prosperity and abundance and laughter and smiles. And it's just great seeing you all here today. And, it's a glorious time for us to be connected with our hearts, to lead with our hearts, to create the life of our souls have always wanted. And because we are the Master Heart family. I love that. Master Heart family. And we're getting new people on every week. And just to kind of give you a little on the impact that all of us together are having. And so Mia, and there Mia is. Hey Mia, and
Hi.
she's there. Hi. And well, do you want to share when you text me? Do you want to share?
Sure, I can share it.
Okay, great.
Let me pull it up.
Hey, Kirkland.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, so I text Dr. Hank. Hi, Dr. Hank. Thank you for sharing the Master Heart family with me. It's such a pleasure to be a part of a high vibration group. I enjoyed every minute of it, but I particularly like the simple wisdom you shared about asking. I forget to ask for what I need, and I see today how that has showed up in other areas of my life. Since being divinely guided to your podcast and now having the Joy Shop, I am asking daily and learning to receive. I ask God to help me make more heart-centered connections this year, and within 24 hours, you shared this group with me.
That's fantastic. I just love it. Thank you so much, Mia.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just fantastic thoughts there, and how great. That's how easy life is. We simply need to ask for it, and then we could get it. Does anybody else have any other miracles to share with us? Good news in their life that they've had recently?
Yes. So Dr. Hank
Hey, Robin.
and everyone. So I would like to share when I first started working with Dr. Hank, he encouraged me to write a magical sentence in my, Joy Shop and in my morning routine. So I did that. And a little while after that, I can't really remember when, but my husband has an amazing steak marinade that he makes, and he's made it for several years.
Wow.
And so as I was writing this statement and doing my morning routine, like a little while after, he came to me and he said, you know what? I've been thinking about marketing my steak marinade. And I said, yes, because we've talked about it before, but he just never did anything. Yeah. So I said, yes, I think that's fantastic. And so he said, before I was thinking about it, and then I would start thinking, no, I don't know all the steps. I don't know how to manufacture it, all that. But I said, but he said, this time I really feel like we can do it. And I'm encouraging him. Yeah. And so I didn't tell him about the magical statement or anything, but it's because of me opening up my mind and, like Mira said, asking because of my magical statement. I mean, he is so excited. So he told me last night, he's going to research and learn how to do that. And Dr. Hank kind of directed me how to help him with that. But it's truly amazing when Dr. Hank, when he's teaching us these things work. And I'm just so grateful.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. And, it's all about, we're so powerful that we can change other people. We've been given beliefs saying that, oh, you can't change other people. But in fact, you can. And if you stop thinking about, oh, they're resistant to this, or they can't do this, or won't do this, or whatever, and start thinking more about what you want, that we just have this ripple effect throughout the whole world. And so literally that, we're all impacting not only ourselves, but our loved ones and the world. And that's how powerful you are. And, in fact, just thinking about Robin on miracles like last month in December, which is supposed to be a slow month for businesses, whatever, if you're not retail. And Robin had a record month, in sales. So congratulations, Robin. And that's just awesome. And thank you for your testimonial. So yeah, so this works, this isn't just about feeling good, if you will, that this actually produces results, and the type of results that, give us the abundant life. So that's beautiful. Any other thoughts? We have, by the way, you're going to love this session today. We're going to have a special guest with us, Archangel Michael. And so he's going to channel through me, and it'll be my voice, but he'll be sharing some things with him. I've had a remarkable relationship with him, and I have shared with you that when I was being ordained, that I could feel his presence, and then it was a small little church, little gathering for the ceremony, but two of the very high vibrational, like all of us, people, and very spiritual, two people in two separate conversations after the ceremony, they both said, "Oh, it was so remarkable seeing Archangel Michael with you." And I'm like, "Oh man, that gave me God bumps." And so for those of you that maybe aren't aware or understand this, maybe think it's a little out there, if you will, that, we in essence, we have 7 archangels, and there's different ways that you can think about your archangels. One of the ways that I like to think about it is that, and what has happened, that mankind, those who have walked before us, have asked for 7 major things to help them in this world. And remember, we're these amazing explorers. Okay, we're the ones out there, that this is the happening place in all of the universe, that this is where it's happening. And what's happening is that we're going through life. We're experiencing the contrast, the things we don't like, the things we don't want. And this helps birth the things we do want and provides a better future for us. But it also expands thought and emotions beyond where it's ever been. In other words, energy. The whole universe is energy, this loving energy that most of us probably refer to as God. We were also probably brought up that God's a guy, older, wise guy in this place called heaven, and he's pointing down and judging you, and none of that is actually happening. It's this loving energy. We have been given the power with our minds to be able to mold that energy that creates worlds into our life. So we literally can do it. The only thing in our way is what I call our committee, our ego, our smaller self. And one of the things I shared with Robin on, don't have him figure it out. Don't have Tony, your husband, figure it out. Have him ask, and ask who? God. Ask and you shall receive. And in the middle of all that is the Father will do the work and give Tony all the thoughts, attract all the people, circumstances, and events. But that's the number one way for any of us to get anything we want, is to kind of back to what Mia was saying, is to make sure that we ask. So who really makes everything go in our life is this non-physical loving energy, what we call God. And part of that energy are these 7 beautiful beams of light, if you will, and what we call archangels. And are they really angels with wings? They can be in your imagination for sure. I feel Archangel Michael's wings right now around me, just hugging me and loving me and supporting me. And the more that you open up to this, by the way, this non-physical, that the better you're going to feel, the more things will come to you. Because literally, this is where it's all happening. And so it's more, it's not so much that they have wings, but it's easier for us humans in this physical form to kind of understand that, and the halo, if you will, and you know, those type of things, just to the wings, the halo. To kind of make it magical, because it is magical. But know that you do the asking because of us living through this life, that and it helps cause us. We have to have the contrast, so we want to love and bless the contrast. Even the committee we can bless, but the real overall, and I was taught this by Archangel Michael, and he's going to I'm sure share this with you today, is really the number one thing that prevents any of us from having everything and anything we want is our fear. And so the opposite, God is love, and that's where everything is coming from, is from love. And the only opposite power, the second most powerful power, is fear, is our own fear. And so would you like to, hearing that, would you like to invite Archangel in to share some wisdom?
Yeah.
All right, well, fantastic. And so,
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I've noticed whenever you thrive and whenever you remove the committee from your life, and you people around you as well, they start thriving as well. They start having no fear. Once you remove your fear yourself, people around you start having more confidence, and they start you know, applying that to their life. People around you start having the influence that you had. So absolutely, man.
yes, beautiful. And that is Yaha speaking, and from Turkey, by the way. So people from around the world with us. And yeah, how amazing is that? Yeah, then we start seeing people around us that they start vibrating better. That in essence, all of us become irresistible. and because we're this love, and it's the most powerful energy, and it can overcome anything, to include fear. And so with that, let's get very comfortable. I would suggest you close your eyes and let's just breathe in. Remember, in the Bible, the word spirit means breath, and it's our fastest way to connect with all that is. And so breathe in. And breathe out. And just say to yourself, relax. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, ask for your mind to be open, for your heart to be open to Archangel Michael. And breathe in. And breathe out. And we now ask Archangel Michael to come into our minds, come into our spirit, our feelings, come into our bodies. And we feel your blue, loving energy with us now. And we welcome the Master Heart family welcomes you. And we thank you now for blessing us as you come in. Greetings again. I am Archangel Michael. And yes, you know me, and I know you. We have had many encounters together. Maybe some that you're aware of them, but so many more that you're not aware of. I'm known as the master of manifesting, and I've helped you on every step along the way when you have asked God for help. You are each so special, and I love you so, so much. I wish to speak to you about what is the most important thing to me right now. It is my passion. It is my mission, if you will, at this time to help you and the entire human race release this no thing called fear. Fear is only an illusion, divine one. It is the most powerful illusion that was given to you and passed down for generations. It is the most destruction that causes in your life. It is the beginning, the end, and the cause of wars, conflicts, and your own internal conflict. Fear surrounds nearly everything at this time, and more so than ever before. Because of this, it is not only my direction, but many others are here to eradicate this falsehood, this lie called fears that most humans believe so fiercely in. Fear has been present, and what happens appears to be not really what is, but it's still prevalent to others, and is part of the unified mindset of humanity. Imagine looking from beautiful Gaia out in space, looking upon Earth. From this viewpoint, it is encased in this dirty, smoggy blanket. In past times, fear was a gray blanket, and so many people have taken it as their truth and put their energy into it, that it has taken a form and blanketed the entire Mother Earth. It is an oppressive weight, and has become more powerful and darker because there is so much fear. It has become more oppressive and more difficult to see the truth and to see your light. You have partially resisted this and not gone into fear. And now it is time to not only resist it, but it is now your chosen time to release it from your essence. Each time a divine human releases their belief in fear, it will release its hold over them. It has no weight, it has no form, and is totally, without exception, illusionary. Because so many have invested their energy into fear, has become part of the unified consciousness, and thus become oppressive, and all can feel it. As you release your fear, your belief in it, I want you to see yourself penetrating through this black blanket as light now pours through the truth and pours in to you. You will now be helping all. Fear is mankind's main problem, and this is now a turning point for you. You will now release all fear in all of its guises, and includes anxiety and worry and pain and doubt and shame and guilt and so many more illusions. You will now experience a new kind of freedom. You will now have a greater opportunity that presents themselves every moment of every divine day. Your vibrational state now rises. You have always had the ability, and you came to know this, that you can create whatever you wish. But fear has prevented you from doing this. You will now be able to create whatever you wish. This will be money and romance and greater opportunities for others, as this is your ascension time. You have no trouble releasing fear. You will be helping many others, for this weight that sets upon them. You will give them more light, a chance to breathe fully, giving them clarity and a sense of knowing who they really are, the pure love, the divine creator that each of you are. This will also help your other selves, your higher self, your mind, your body, your spirit, and so much more. I want you to picture now a beautiful room, a beautiful white room. In the middle of this room is a large bathtub. And it's a white bathtub. It has no walls, but imagine this bathtub is surrounded by a curtain. And you are standing in the center of the shower's bathtub, surrounded by this curtain. It used to be a clear curtain before you came back into this world, but since then has become black, and you cannot see through it by the false power given it of fear. It is time now, dear one, to take this curtain and remove it from your vision. Remove it from your direct connection with love, God, and divine intelligence. For what lies beyond this is the most vivid colors, the most loving divine energies, where you have the brush to paint now the life as you desire. And you can now create whatever you wish. This is so colorful, so beautiful, so angelic. Oh, and I love you so. Your true reality lies beyond this curtain. The curtain has only been kept in place by whatever fear you have been hanging on to. It is time now, dear one, to be free of fear and to experience true freedom. For as you are now set free, you shall see the truth, the love, and the divinity in you and all things. As you now release your fear, it gives me Archangel Michael and all of us, all that is, great joy. And it helps all, and it makes your way easier to experience a greater anything that you wish. All limiting beliefs, all unworthiness is all based on fear. As you release your fear now, this all disappears. You will have no boundaries now. You know who you are, what you are, and that you can create and will create in every present moment exactly what you desire. You will now be able to turn over your desire to God, to divine intelligence, and you will be given even better and greater than what you have asked. Now, picture the flow of life that flows through you and all of life. It is like a river, a deep, beautiful river with strong sides. It is your strength. It is your creativity. It is the flow, and you have been in this river. But at times you have lost your way and not found this river of life. This is when I want you to call upon me, and every time I shall help you to find the way home. This is a deep river, a powerful river, and as you fully enter this river, it shall sweep your way to your glory, to all that you desire. It shall take you with God. My partner is faith, and I now give you faith to give you the courage to submerge yourself in the river and the flow of life. Now truly and fully give yourself to the river. You can flow peacefully in any way you wish in the river. You can even sit on the bank and just watch it flow by, always being all present and aware of this loving river of life, the river and flow of God Almighty. Always shall you now flow and stay in this creative flow at your comfortable and divine pace. And if you cannot find it, call on me, and I shall show you the way. This is your source of strength. This is the source of your manifesting your dreams. This is the source of all your love and power that flows through you eternally, forever and ever. This is your gateway to whatever you desire and more, whatever you fully allow now. There is great love and respect and honor for you. You are one that gives more than most. And oh, we thank you for this. We thank Dr. Hank for being the conduit for all of us. We now allow you to take this leap. And I am Archangel Michael. We are now lifting you out of your fear, as Michael and Faith are here in your belief and transforming fear from you into the divine creator. Your boulder in the stream of life is gone, and water is flowing steadily, powerfully, and lovingly into your life. Your stream of life is now fully open. This fear has now stopped with you and will positively impact not only you and the world, but your ancestors and all those to come. You now have an amazing lightness of being. You are now in your source of strength and the source of your creativity, where you will expand thought and feelings beyond where they have been before. This is the source of all your love and power that flows through you eternally, forever and ever now. This is your gateway to whatever you desire and more. And with this, I say hallelujah. I love you all. I thank you all. And this fear is now released from you. And you are now in the river of life. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so it is. Amen. Hello. Oh my, oh my. Archangel Michael had a lot to say. Woo. Oh my. Well, oh, what did you just go through? What did you feel? I feel good, like I knew that I would. Oh, what do you like best? What thoughts did you like best about
I
that?
liked the river of life, flowing with the river of life. That sounded.
Yeah, same way
It's
here.
just swimming upstream. Go with the flow. Quit trying to fight it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
flow with
yeah.
it. Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. And that's a great analogy too on this swimming upstream, that most people are swimming upstream. And eventually they just get exhausted. And because none of our desires are upstream. And so for us to realize we can just let go. And the tide, that stream. And when he said it was the blue water, but I was just surrounded in blue, and Archangel Michael was blue, and so you'll see a lot of blue down today too. You'll see blue around, and it'll be real observant because he's with you now, and you can have him anytime you want to. You just ask. We're back to ask, man. Yeah.
Well, I'll say that I love the river of life too, because now it gives me even more hope, and I feel more confident that I can have what I want. I just need to ask.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was very peaceful.
It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Ooh.
I have to say, I felt, I think twice, once when you mentioned the river and then one about letting go of fear. I just felt my body sort of just relax. And I almost had to catch myself because I felt like I was going to just like,
That's cool.
yeah, that was great.
Well, and so that tells you that, you allowed it to release, because all of us had fear before we got on here, whether we're aware of it or not. And that all of us had the opportunity to release it there. And so, so you released it, and you just feel lighter. Don't you just feel lighter?
I do.
Yeah.
Kind of flying with the angels, and see, in every moment, like the way you feel right now, that's really every moment can be this divine and feel this majestic, that, it is just so beautiful. And, he mentioned he and Faith together, and we'll talk about that either later or next time, whatever, but it's kind of interesting on Faith, kind of the womb of Faith, if you will, is mothers. And so your mother, your grandmother, there's 7 mother angels that are taught in, I believe, Hindu, and there are, in fact, it's a mother's faith, and to call on like Mother Pavarti, Mother M, Mother Mary, to Mother Teresa, your own mother, that to call on them, that they help to transform that old energy you can't destroy, by the way. And so that's why we never say try to fight against anything. It'll just get bigger. And so never fight against anything. And fighting courts, any of that stuff doesn't get you anyplace. And but you can change energy. And so we have the power with Archangel Michael and faith, and just kind of think about whichever mother I just mentioned there that makes your heart sing, that's the mother you use. And that will give you more faith, because now it's really just a matter of really to have faith that this non-physical, we can't see any of this. You can't prove any of this, if you will, but we can all feel it, can't we? We can all feel it, and we know that this is where everything really comes from, and is so beautiful. Any other thoughts about that experience? So with that, let's get into, I always ask every week, bring your dreams, and we'll get channeled answers and solutions to your dreams. So who has a question about anything, about, how to get to your dream, about your desire? If you have a question about life, it's all open for you to ask and get some answers and solutions. So who has the first question?
Well, I don't really have a question, Dr. Hank, but I was writing down some of the stuff that you had said last week. And one of them was, I want my business to grow. But one of them was, I want out of the blue business. And so I had a call from one of my clients last week that she moved, well, we sold her house here and she moved to Colorado, but she had a condo in Arlington that I wasn't even aware that she owned. Her sister was living in it, and her sister moved out and she wanted to sell it.
Yeah.
So I got her connected. And so it's going to be put on the market this week.
Yeah. That's beautiful. This out of the blue that I just had, one of my areas of that I work in, people that I help are realtors like Merlin. And so I had a realtor this week who basically called me 2 weeks ago and said, look, I don't have any business, and the interest rates are high and all this nonsense. You see, it doesn't matter at all what's happening out in the world. Okay, the only thing that matters is what's happening inside.
Yep.
And so what you're thinking and what you're feeling. And so I started coaching with this, helping this person and this real estate agent, and I didn't hear from them at all, but I could feel them. Like I feel each one of your presence, that I feel yours, and I send you love and well-being in this morning. And so it just automatically will happen that better things are going to start happening for all of us. Okay. And because we're together as this spiritual family, and we're just about love and loving each other and helping each other. And then we can call on all these resources. We don't have to do the work. Everything's easy. We got angels, we got God, we got the mothers of giving faith, that we have our inner child. We just have all of these amazing things to be able to, resources to be able to help us. And so a week went by, and then I talked to this person again. And they kind of were a little resistant with me. They were like, well, yeah, things got a little bit better, and I thought, good, you want to tell me this? And he goes, well, I just can't help it. That I don't know if it's because of you or, it's just luck or whatever. But I mean, I had 3 out of the blue, and he mentioned out of the blue because we had talked about start asking for out of the blue opportunities, real estate opportunities, whatever type of opportunities you're looking for. I want just out of the blue opportunities that make my heart sing. And God knows exactly what that is. And it might not be a real estate deal. It might be, a phone call from a loved one, that whatever. There's so many ways to have your heart sing and out of the blue. And so this person had 3 out of the blue situations with like a large piece of property was one of them. And he goes, it's just amazing. I don't know these people, nothing. And so he made in the last week about $30,000. It's just like, and he kind of just didn't want to give me credit for it. And I'm going like, you don't have to give me credit. I'm not doing any of that stuff. You're giving the credit to who deserves all the credit is who told me about all this. And, you know, it's God, our higher power. It's our archangels, you know, they're all here to help us. And so, yeah, that's beautiful, Marilyn. Thank you. You know, nothing like out of the blue. So for all of us, and this week, just ask for out of the blue things to happen, and maybe out of the blue that make my heart sing. Okay, and that way, because you want to you could have out of the blue things happen, but if you're not in a very good mood and you're saying I want out of the blue things happening and you're not vibrating very well, you're going to attract not good out of the blue things. You're going to attract the unwanted, and that's not going to happen to you guys. You guys are flying high now, so yeah, just imagine that, you know, you're flying with your angels, that you're in the stream of life now, going downstream, and you know that there's this current there that just will take you to everything, because that's where all of your desires are. Good, great. So who else wants something? What answers and solutions? What are your desires? Or what's some good news? I mean, I'm looking at Mom there, and she's just amazing. She started a band now. I mean, this lady is just amazing. She decided that she was going to do what made her happy and stop serving everybody else. It'll burn you out. And so she started playing the bass guitar, okay, and she never played it before, drums, and she was a kid. And next thing she knows, she's in a band.
Nice.
Wow.
And Mom, you wanted to share a little about anything else about that?
Yeah, I was trying to force my daughters to be in a band and they weren't having it. So I turned 46 in October, and I was like, I'm gonna start taking bass lessons, and I'm gonna start a Weezer cover band with some friends. And I don't know, I have a show, my first gig on Saturday. It's my friend's birthday party, but we're playing like 3 or 4 songs, and
Wonderful.
yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. It's been so wonderful. I'm just everything I've learned from you, Dr. Hank, I've been, applying it to my life and my husband's life. Taught him everything you've been teaching me, and I'm watching him change. And our lives are just so beautiful and wonderful now. I can't even. I just started pouring into my own bucket because I spent the first 45 years giving to everyone and never giving anything to myself. And then once I started, just pouring love into myself, I don't need to please everyone anymore. I'm noticing how I'm not bothered by things. I can, everything you've been teaching me, I can feel the difference in myself, and I'm taking extra things too, to learning like about how morning sunlight can help increase your dopamine levels. So you take off your sunglasses and get at least 10 minutes of sunlight. It's really good for your dopamine levels. And turn off your screen at 10 so you can sleep at night and decrease your depression levels. And just learning all these new amazing things to increase my vibrations. And I can see it happening, and it's the peace that I feel like I've never felt this happy. So it's so amazing. I'm so thankful, appreciative for finding you and everything you've helped me with. So
that's just beautiful, Mom.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You did it, again, you just allowed it, and so you attracted me. And you know how this goes, that God knows where you are, God knows what you want, God knows the easiest path downstream, in the stream of life. And then God puts me on that path to help you move along in that current, It's just that easy. That's beautiful. Yeah.
That's nice, Mom. Congratulations.
thank you.
That's wonderful. Where are you?
In Los Angeles.
So we can come and see you.
Yeah, we have to take a trip to come see you.
I love that. Yeah. Well, we'll see her on TV,
Yeah, we will. Anyway, so Dr. Hank yesterday I asked for good dreams, but I
Okay.
forgot to ask to remember them. So I got up in the morning and I really felt good. I felt like I had wonderful dreams, but I couldn't remember any of them.
That is so funny, and that's great. And so, yeah, so I've helped people, in the past with, they, wake up, not feeling good, or they have bad dreams or whatever. And see, we're such amazing creators. We just don't realize that most people would be, instead of asking, hey, what's the solution not to do that? Most people are like, oh, I have bad dreams, and it's about this. They talk about other people about the bad dreams, and the bad dreams just get worse and worse. And so then they attract me, and I just share with them. It's real easy. You just ask for, like Rod said, you just ask for, hey, I want good dreams now, good feeling dreams now. And yes, you can ask to remember them if you want to, but but the real key is you felt better when you woke up. That's all you need. When you feel better, that's your indication that you're aligned with all that is, with God, your higher power, your inner being, and then you're off and running. And that's the whole purpose of the Joy Shop in the morning, is to do that, to read the Joy Shop, to raise your vibration, and then to start writing out those 3 topics about what you want and what you appreciate, and then pre-paving your day the way you want it. You get to call it the way you want it. The only reason why we don't get what we want is because the only thing working against us is us, our own little committee, that little voice, those doubt, those words. And, they came from our ancestors before. A lot of these beliefs, these fears we have, came from those that have walked from us hundreds, thousands of years ago, that it just goes generation after generation. And what we all did today, so we just stopped that. We stopped that. It no longer is in the generation. As you have changed, you will affect your entire family now. So this, and your ancestors. And so this literally provides more freedom way beyond yourself. And again, you just don't understand the impact every one of you are, the importance you are to your ancestors, this world, and even those that will walk after us. It's just incredible. Yeah.
Well, I'll say real quick. Oh wait, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I go to sleep at night envisioning my nice new home. So one day my testimony to you guys will be that I'm in that new spacious home.
I love sharing the story about, see, it's all about whatever we're thinking about. God doesn't care. We're thinking about the past, the present, or the future. Whatever you're thinking about, God is receiving your prayer and then answering your prayers. And as there's a story, and it's a true story about this one mom, and some of you have heard the story about the one mom and 2 sons. And they had a little T-shirt business, and they lived in 3 different cities, and they had a little business of T-shirts, selling T-shirts in all 3 cities. And they just decided that they would just start making up and talk about every night. They would talk on the phone, and they would just make up stuff about their abundant life and their thriving business. And so, the mom would be talking about, I'm still having problems on the home I'm building in Hawaii, one of the sons says, yeah, that jet, I mean, I just don't think it's big enough, and I need a bigger jet. And every night they would talk this way, and pretty much that's all they would talk about, is just this outcome. Okay, this is the way their life is. And one day, one of the sons gets a call from an investor and says, I love your T-shirt business, and I'm going to invested in a major way and turn it into clothing and, whatever, company. And so gave him, this investor gave them millions of dollars. They went and they built this huge clothing, company, whatever. And so that night after he gets a call, he calls and he goes, hey, I had a millionaire, will call me and he's going to be giving us, all his money. And they go, oh, good. He goes, well, it really, it's happening now. That it really is this millionaire.
Nice.
What? Oh my God. And so they ended up living their dreams. They got the jet, they got the home in Hawaii, that we can have anything that we want. We just have to think about what we want. Everything other than your committee. Okay. And you're a drunken monkey, that little boy said, ego of yours that's comparing or analyzing. Stop comparing and analyzing. Stop trying to figure it out. It's not your job to figure out the how. Just what you want and why you want it. That's the only things you need to think about. And everything is conspiring on your behalf to give you everything that you're asking for. So why don't we give up the battle, which we have, and just start living life the way we intended it? Ask and we shall receive. Amen.
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 Hallelujah. So with that, should we do a little singing? Here's our big sing-along. And so here we go. So I'll sing the first sentence. You repeat after me. We've invited our hearts in.
We've invited our hearts in.
Now it's time for our dreams to begin.
Now it's time
to begin.
We love our Master Heart family.
We love our
family.
As we now walk together merrily.
As we now walk
merrily.
We are now leading with heart.
We are now leading with heart.
And this is how to live life smart.
This is how to live smart.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Master Heart family.
Sound off our Master Heart family.
Master
Family.
The last one, sound off our Master Heart family.
Master Heart family.
Yes. Yes. Well, beautiful, everyone. Love you. Let me know what you like best. Let me know what you want to talk about next Monday and who you want to invite in. We have 6 other archangels if you want any of them in. And I just love you and love our Mondays together. And you guys are all magnificent. And know that your week's going to be the best week ever. Start right now.
Thank you, Dr. Hank.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hank.
Love you.
Thanks, Dr.